Good afternoon and welcome everyone. We are excited to be here and celebrate with our students as they complete this milestone. I am Dr. Kanton Reynolds, Director of Undergraduate Programs in the Edward P. Fitts Department of Industrial and Systems Engineering. I will be serving as the Master of Ceremonies for today's program. I'm honored to be part of such a special moment for these students. This is also a special day for me and the rest of the faculty and staff as we watch our spring graduates in this phase of their college careers and begin the next phase of their lives. It is exciting and rewarding to see each of them fulfill their dreams. A little about how today will play out. Dr. Julie Swann, our department head, will have some opening remarks, introduce the faculty and staff of the department, as well as the guest speaker. Then it will be on to the recognition of our newest graduates at both the graduate and undergraduate levels. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome the A. Doug Allison Distinguished Professor and ISE Department Head, Dr. Julie Swann.
On behalf of the Edward P. Fitts Department of Industrial and Systems Engineering at North Carolina State University, I welcome each of you to our ISE Celebration of Students, Spring 2020. As you know, we are here today in this format because the world has been hit by a pandemic. We cannot all be together today for a graduation ceremony in person, but we wanted to find a way to celebrate you and honor your hard work. The celebration today will not replace a true graduation, as the university and department plan to invite you back to attend a later ceremony in person. Today indeed is a wonderful day where all of our graduates and their families and friends are justifiably proud. The faculty and staff of ISE share in your pride. Truly, our hearts are brimming with our joy for you, along with the recognition of the challenges you have recently faced. I know that there are many people listening today, so I would like to begin with a short overview of the department. How many of you know what industrial and systems engineering is? Graduates, I hope you're raising your hand right now. Family and friends, feel free to pause and ask your graduates for a definition or give them one of your own. There are many definitions of industrial and systems engineering, but I think the heart of it is that IEs make systems better. We apply or develop methods from science, mathematics, and engineering to system design, integration, and operations. This can be for systems of many different types, including manufacturing, supply chain and logistics, healthcare, transportation, knowledge, humans, and more. It is a flexible kind of engineering which brings humans into the system to make things efficient and effective. We in ISE are fortunate to have expertise that is both deep and broad here in this department, representing areas such as advanced manufacturing, health systems engineering, human systems engineering, supply chain and logistics engineering, and system analytics and optimization. We are one of the oldest and largest academic departments of industrial and systems engineering in the United States, celebrating over 80 years of excellence with the first 2 bachelor's degrees in industrial engineering awarded in 1933. The program has been continuously accredited since the beginning of such certification for IE programs in 1948. And contrary to what sometimes our students think, our faculty today were not there then. Our graduate program was also established in 1948. Our doctoral program was established in 1967, and the first doctoral degree was awarded in 1969 under the supervision of Professor Salah Elmaghrabi. If we were together in person, I would introduce the faculty and staff who are with us today. Even virtually, I would like to recognize them as they have been an important part of your career pathway. I also like to recognize our staff. I like to remind everyone that it's the ISE staff that put together this wonderful event and helped make everything possible, including the education of our graduates, along with the cutting edge research of our faculty. None of us could do this if we didn't have our staff. ISE has two other affiliated entities, namely the Ergonomics Center at NC State, directed by Julia Abate, and the Center for Additive Manufacturing and Logistics, known as CAML. We also have many faculty who participate in the Operations Research Program that sits in the Colleges of Engineering and Science and the Integrated Manufacturing Systems Engineering Institute in the College of Engineering. Please join me in recognizing these dedicated faculty and staff. And if you're adding comments as you're watching, these will be seen later. Thank you, ISE faculty and staff and affiliated organizations. This past year has been extraordinary. As you likely know, in the middle of the spring semester, with about 2 weeks' notice, 100% of ISE classes were transitioned to an online format. I am exceedingly thankful for our faculty, staff, and students. Faculty, what you have done this year was unprecedented. You have done it with grace, dignity, and care. Students, you have borne a heavy burden, moving quickly to the new format. I am grateful for your patience and I am proud of your grit. Next, I would like to mention some noteworthy events of the past year, as well as the major professional achievements of our faculty and students since we last gathered like this. First, I'll tell you a little bit more about ISE. Undergraduate enrollment has more than doubled over the last 10 years. We now have more than 300 undergraduate students, and the university would like us to grow more, as much as 25%. Likewise, the graduate program has grown at almost 4 times the national average for our discipline. We now have more than 200 graduate students, including those we supervise in OR or MC. Our research expenditures have grown over 70%, and our faculty and students are on the cutting edge of their research areas, including the areas that I mentioned before, as well as leading new programs into areas such as healthcare, 3D printing, nanotechnology, virtual reality environments, among many others. Recently, we have added faculty working in data science, an increasingly important area for all industries. In 2020, ISE is scheduled to move into a new building on Centennial Campus that is NC State's first built as a public-private partnership. The building is now proudly known as the Fitz Woolard Hall in honor of 2 ISE alumni, Ed Fitz and Ed Woolard, and their extraordinary contributions. Plans are underway to ensure that we can safely gather in the building, and we would love for you to come back at that time. I'd like to share some highlights from our students as well. The Navy Federal Credit Union selected Charles Blum, who is graduating today, as one of 12 students for the 2019 ROTC All-American team, and then as an Air Force ROTC Student of the Year. Congratulations, Charles. We are proud of you and your service to our country. Our students are on the move. 5 ISE undergrads organized the Krispy Kreme Challenge road race. Undergraduate Georgia Burgess ran in the New York City Marathon, and master's student Shari Eberhard competed at the U.S. Olympic Trials. Our seniors also put a world of cool engineering projects on display at our Engineering Design Day this semester, showing that we can figure out how to think and do, even if we're not gathering in person. For our graduate students, Parth Chensoria, PhD student, received the 2020 IISE Graduate Research Award from the Institute of Industrial and Systems Engineers. Congratulations, Parth. Brianna Swann, no relation, PhD student, received an award in excellence in classroom teaching from the NC State Graduate Student Association as part of its GSA TA Awards. Srinivasan Balan and Raman Korumbar, PhD students, won first place in the 2020 IISE Logistics and Supply Chain Division Graduate Student Case Competition. Susanna Aronson, a PhD student, received a Science, Mathematics, and Research for Transformation Scholarship, also known as SMART, for Service Program from the Department of Defense. The SMART Scholarship for Service Program was established as a concentrated effort to enhance the DoD workforce with talented, innovative, and brilliant scientists, engineers, and researchers. NC State's esports team, including OR alumnus Joe Agor and ISE PhD student Kyle Parrott, put their ISE skills to use in a non-traditional environment as part of NC State's esports team. They finished in the top 6 of the Hearthstone Collegiate Championship, earning valuable scholarship money. On March 19th, Sid Nambiar, graduating today, completed ISE's first ever all-virtual dissertation defense. The day before, Carter Kieff, also graduating today, defended her dissertation before her virtual committee. Our staff are great and they are second to none on campus. This year, ISE had 2 nominations to the College of Engineering Award for Excellence, Justin Lancaster and Karen Welton. We are awaiting eagerly the results of that. ISE also chose a Staff of the Year. This year is Justin Lancaster. We thank him for the many things he does to support the department and the students. And now on to our faculty and alumni. Congratulations to ISE's Rohan Shearwaker, who has been elected as Senior Vice President of Technical Operations and will sit on the Board of Trustees for IISE. He will also lead the IISE's Technical Operations Board, and he has been co-chairing the 2020 annual ISE conference this year. Julie Ivey received the 2020 Alumni Association Outstanding Research Award from NC State University, and she will be inducted into its Research Leadership Academy. As a member of the Academy, she will have an active role in promoting the research enterprise across campus for at least 3 years. Benil Starley received a COVID Rapid Award from the National Science Foundation for his Open Knowledge Network project. Starley's project involves identifying components in a bill of materials, identifying sources, alternate sources, and finding ways in the future where algorithms can automatically source components to help enable the manufacturing of products. ISE Distinguished Alumni Tracy Dokes is named the new Secretary of Information Technology for the North Carolina Department of Information Technology, named so by Governor Roy Cooper. Congratulations to Tracy. There's also been a lot of recent work related to the pandemic and to COVID-19 disease. In light of the pandemic, ISE alumnus Rick Coffey and the company, McCreary Modern, shifted operations and have been producing masks for local healthcare facilities. COO Rick Coffey has really a great story to tell, and you can learn more about it on our website. ISE alumni Mike Jolly and Debbie Beaker lead the charge at Baker Furniture to start producing masks and gowns for local communities and healthcare workers to fight the COVID-19 pandemic. A team of CAMEL faculty and students at NC State, including Ola Harrison, Matt White, Eli Wilson, and others, are 3D printing face shields for the healthcare professionals at WakeMed Hospital and other organizations. They have been truly grateful for these in this difficult time. Adjunct Professor Natalia Somerville brings her expertise in data analytics to the COVID-19 Science Advisory Core team at SAS to combat the coronavirus. As you can see, we have an outstanding group of students, staff, faculty, and alumni. I want to tell you that this would not be possible without your support. You, the students, have contributed across the board in these initiatives. You, the parents and family, have supported your loved ones. You might have done their laundry or given them dinner. You likely also paid their tuition and fees. You, our donors and sponsors, have also helped us lay the foundation for the engineering leaders of tomorrow through senior design, contributions to the enhancement fund, or donations for the new building. In truth, we cannot do it without you. I have told you a little bit about the past and status quo at NC State, but let me also remark on the future. The department is developing initiatives in data science to meet the growing demand from industry. Students, you won't be left out, as there will be professional education opportunities available to you. I know how much you like online learning. We are establishing a master's degree in engineering management so someone can pair excellent technical knowledge with savvy business instincts. We are increasing student participation in various experiences like study abroad and research experiences for undergraduates, both of which can open new horizons in a participant's life. And we are engaging with alumni, including a mentoring program that was initiated and a number of other things to connect alumni with each other and alumni with students. So students, while there may be some of you who'd like to forget about us for a time, don't let it be long, as we want you to continue to be involved as an alumnus, where you will interact with other alumni, provide a lifting hand to the students behind you, or give back in other ways. Ultimately, this raises our reputation and in turn, the value of your degree. In time, you will see we are not just an institution or a department, but we truly are a pack, greater than we would be on our own, greater for your involvement and engagement with us. Go Wolfpack. Finally, it is my great pleasure to introduce to you our celebration speaker today. Our speaker is the winner of the C.A. Anderson Faculty Award, voted upon by graduating students. And the winner this year is Dr. Russell King, also known as Rusty King. Russell King joined the faculty in 1985. He has been awarded the C.A. Anderson Outstanding Faculty Award now on at least 5 occasions. The NC State Alcoa Foundation Engineering Achievement Award, the Institute of Industrial Engineers Technical Innovation Award, the Institute of Industrial Engineers Albert G. Haltzman Distinguished Educator Award, the NC State George H. Pless's Outstanding Undergraduate Advisor Award, was named an NC State Alumni Association Distinguished Graduate Professor in 2008, and an Alumni Association Distinguished Undergraduate Professor in 2011. I'm tired after just naming his titles. Dr. King served as the Edward P. Fitz Distinguished Professor from 2012 to 2017 and was named the Henry Armfeld Foscue Distinguished Professor in 2017. Dr. King is the ISE Undergraduate Scholarship Coordinator and is a Fellow of the IISE organization. He is a member of Informs, Tau Beta Pi, and Alpha Pi Mu. He and one of his daughters are masters, which is 4th degree black belt, of Taekwondo under Grandmaster K.S. Lee of Cary, North Carolina. And one of the fantastic things about Dr. Rusty King is that he truly cares about the students. He tries to get to know all of the students in his class, and he's regularly trying to solve problems to make the educational experience better for students. And with that, it is truly my pleasure to introduce you to Dr. Russell King.
Good afternoon. Before I get going, I want to say that I'm not a big fan of all this academic regalia, but for you guys, I do it today. In keeping with the spirit of this graduation address, I should first say something about the field of industrial and systems engineering. For the family and friends, how many of you can define exactly what it is? For that matter, how about the students, faculty? Well, Chris Billings, who was the former director of industrial engineering at Walt Disney World, defined it this way: an analytical approach to problem solving that seeks to integrate human, system, information, and technology resources in developing solutions that are balanced between operational, financial, customer service, and employee considerations. That's really impressive, I think, but I kind of just prefer we try to make things better. Now, I'd like to borrow and parody and adapt portions of a fantasized graduation address written by Chicago Tribune journalist Mary Smits that was, as a hoax, credited on the internet to one of my favorite authors in general, cynical curmudgeon, the late Kurt Vonnegut. I'll mix and fold in advice and sayings from both of my fathers. That is, my actual father, Dr. Maxwell C. King, who through hard work and perseverance rose from being a dirt poor, fatherless Florida boy to become one of the youngest and eventually longest tenured college presidents ever in this country, and who has spent most of his 92 plus years trying to do as much good in this world as he can. And my academic daddy, longtime teacher, mentor, colleague, and friend, Dr. Tom Hodson. I want to point out that both of my fathers share at least one thing in common. They're incredibly optimistic, and they seem to somehow only see the best in others around them. Finally, I'll sprinkle in some of my own thoughts, as unoriginal as they might be. So with apologies to those I just mentioned, here goes. Listen, do a martial art. If I could offer you just one tip for the future, the martial arts would be it. You're never too old nor out of shape to start. The long-term physical, emotional, and mental, spiritual benefits of the martial arts have been proven by medical professionals. And whereas the rest of the advice in this talk have no basis for being reliable other than my own meandering experience. Don't worry about the future, or worry, but know that worrying is about as effective as finding toilet paper in your local Walmart during a global pandemic. The real troubles in your life are apt to be things that never crossed your mind, the kind that blindsides you at 4 p.m. on some random Tuesday. Your life is a system. Don't be afraid to apply your degree and the objectiveness it brings to decision-making in your own life. Don't be reckless with other people's hearts, and don't put up with people who are reckless with yours. Floss. Be faithful to your friends. Use good judgment before killing living things. Don't waste your time on jealousy. Sometimes you're ahead, sometimes you're behind, but the race is long, and in the end, it's really only with yourself. Don't waste too much time crying and moaning about your life or your fate. Human beings are incredibly resilient, and your capacity to overcome your travails is far greater than you really even know. Don't put your life on hold waiting for some event to occur. Time is precious and never comes back to you. Freely give compliments and remember the compliments you receive. Perception is reality to many. Be aware of this and be careful not to fall into the same trap. Be in awe and never forget those who made great sacrifice for those they loved and for those they never even knew. On a personal note, I would like to pay homage to my uncle Edward King, who physically died about a decade ago, but spiritually and emotionally died in 1944 when, as a young coxswain on a landing craft, he watched the soldiers he delivered to the beaches in Normandy slaughtered as they leapt to their fate on that cold, gray June morning. Don't waste your time searching for the optimal solution. There is no such thing unless you just assume away reality. Don't watch too much TV. It only makes you think that you're ugly and that your life is boring. Get to know your parents. You never know when they'll be gone for good. Be nice to your siblings. They're your best link to your past and the people most likely to stick with you in the future, especially if you need bailing out. Understand that friends come and go, but with a precious few, you should hold on. Work hard to bridge the gaps in geography and lifestyle, because the older you get, the more you need the people who knew you when you were young and understand the past that you're constantly rambling on about. Travel. You'll be amazed to find how most people in this world share the same hopes and fears, except certain inalienable truths. Prices will rise, politicians will be corrupt and lie to you, and find new reasons and ways to tax you. You too will get old. And when you do, you'll fantasize that when you were young, prices were fair, politicians were noble, and children respected their elders. People tend to be Markovian, i.e. memoryless, and ignorant of history. Don't be so arrogant as to think that your problems or the problems of your time are unique. To see the future, you need only study the past. History is like that favorite song you think was written all about you. Our ancestors may have dressed funny and didn't take classes on Zoom or tweet anything, but the foibles and failures of humanity are doomed to be repeated, sort of like this speech, as long as history is forgotten. Be careful of advice you don't pay for. Be patient with friends, family, especially professors who freely dispense it. Advice is a form of nostalgia. Dispensing it is a way of fishing the past out of a landfill, wiping it off, painting over the ugly parts, and recycling it for far more than it's worth. So I guess you could say this speech is full of green acts, or at least full of something. In closing, I want to tell you about an opportunity I had to climb Mount Rainier outside Seattle back in 1996. I climbed side by side with my brother Max, who 5 years my senior. Once he realized I was bigger than him and he knew I could take him, became my best friend. During our training on Rainier before our climb, Max and I befriended a guy named Ephraim. All Ephraim talked about was how summiting was his lifelong dream. But during the climb, Ephraim was struggling with every step, suffering from fatigue and altitude sickness. He managed to fall halfway through an ice bridge, and as his feet dangling with nothing below but the sky, he said rather dejectedly, "Be careful what you wish for, boys." After summiting, Max and I stood together on a beautiful cloudless July morning, looking south. We could see Mount St. Helens, Mount Hood, and further on, Mount Jefferson in Oregon. All the training and sacrifice was well worth the feeling of accomplishment and awe we had. But I found myself looking down the mountain at the Cowlitz and Ingraham glaciers that we had traversed earlier in the dark as we climbed up from Camp Muir. You could see our path in the snow winding past gaping blue crevasses and sheer drop-offs. Our elation was quickly replaced by the somber reality that we still had to get off that mountain during a day that was heating up fast, causing the snow and ice to release their grips on rocks that came crashing down, sometimes a bit too close. Going down was clearly going to be more challenging, but all we could do was tighten our crampons, rope up, and head on. Today you reach a summit of sorts, and you're about to go into the real world, whatever that is. You've accomplished a lot in your years at State, whether you realize it or not. Hopefully, you sense the accomplishment and opportunity as well as the uncertainty in front of you. Time to rope up and head on. Finally, you'll never forget, you'll undoubtedly forget all that I've said within 15 minutes, but trust me on the martial arts, or at least the flossing. Good luck and go Pack.
Hey folks, heartiest congratulations and best wishes for the next daunting yet exciting phase of your life. Here on, you know there's going to be no curriculum, just electives of your own choosing. So don't be afraid to explore diverse opportunities and chart out your own unique career path. My advice to you is be fearless, but be smart. Don't be disheartened by any failures that you may come across, but learn and grow from each experience. Hey, just follow the ISE philosophy of continuous improvement in everything that you do. Don't forget to invest in yourself and in your relationships, both personal and professional. Let me tell you this, the tassel was absolutely worth the hassle. In words of the Magliozzi brothers of the famous NPR Car Talk fame, you will never have more energy or enthusiasm, hair or brain cells than you have today. So go out there and make a difference. Best wishes and go Pack.
To the class of 2020, congratulations on this special and important milestone of your life. Be proud and share with your family. As you embark on a new chapter of your life, I would like to say, ask for help and give help. Do not feel embarrassed to seek support or ask questions. Not just professors who answer questions, other people who are more senior or junior may also help you. At the same time, do give back. Give others who need a hand and help them through difficult times. Being in a group is stronger than being alone. This is what makes you a wolf pack and not a lone wolf. And go Pack.
Hello, everybody. First of all, congratulations on what is an important day in your careers. There is a lot going on in the world, and it's kind of easy to lose track of the fact that you have in fact graduated. It may not feel like it, but in fact you have, and you need to bear in mind that you've achieved something important that's a culmination of many years of effort on your part and of support on the part of your family and your loved ones. It is an interesting time in which to graduate, but I am sure that if you stay with things, your education will stand you in good stead and things will settle down, and with a little improvisation and adaptation, you will go on to have the successful careers that you all deserve. Congratulations once again, go do good things and keep in touch with the state.
Good morning, class of 2020. I am wearing my graduation cap in your honor. And I just want to say congratulations, you have made it through. I know that this is not the graduation that you had expected. But if anything, I think that over these last 4 years, we have taught you to be resilient, strong individuals. As ISEs, you can contribute in many ways, from health systems engineering to supply chain management to manufacturing of PPEs during COVID-19. So go out there and show the world all the great ways in which you can contribute, and stay safe.
I'd like to congratulate all of our graduating seniors, as well as the families who have supported you over the last several years. Although this is not a formal ceremony, it does mark a significant milestone and accomplishment in your lives. I know that your families are justifiably proud of what you've done, and I'd like you to know that the ISE faculty and staff are also very, very proud of your accomplishments. While we believe that we've prepared you for life in the real world, technically, I suspect that this semester has taught you some other lessons: adaptability, perseverance, and others. So with this, let me just wish you good luck in the future and invite you to please come back and visit us in Fitzwillard Hall. Best of luck to all of you.
Dear ISE graduates, congratulations, this is your big day. While we can only celebrate and congratulate you virtually, but our excitement and happiness are the same. Congratulations. In the future, if there's anything we can help, please feel free to contact us. Again, congratulations.
Carter Kyo. Siddhartha Nambiar. Akshay Baharavat. Robert Hazel. Priyansha Chukse. Vaishnav Dange. Matthew Halstead. Siddhant Jadhav. Umesh Jagtap. Kiran Jairam. Choljun Jiang. Smith Kumar Kaneria. Aditi Khamkar. Rushikesh Shirsagar. Abhinay Lahare. Christopher Luckard. Shubham Nage. Pratyush Prabhat. Aishavriya Purushottam. Ashton Rainey. Anirudh Raman. Varun Ramesh. Manas Salunke. Ujintya Pandurang Salve. Ajit Selvaraj. Ankit Shah. Pranay Shah. Sujal Shah. Aishwarya Sharanapa. Rohit Sivakumar. Sweta Sivakumar. Ashrita Sripati.
Blake Schwartz. Kyle McDermott. Priyanka Bandali. Dami Deseretti. Muhammad Ali Haider. Lexi Damapali. Kara Odom. Venkata Pasumarti. Krishna Pulukamam. Palash Sapra. Margaret Toby.
Abdullah Al-Fadil. Zach Arledge. Lauren Arnold. Jaden Augustine. Justin Babich. Catherine Barnes. Sam Bowers. Aiden Berry. Charles Bloom. Ross Bola. Gabby Brenman. Will Burns. Catherine Bygate. Emily Carberry. John Casaban. Bethany Colglazer. Tyler Conrad. Johnny Davis Jr. 。 Marzanne Lynn Delap de Anaya. Christian Epo. Nolan Fisher. Iman Fisher. Sarah Gidley. Tyler Giglia. England Harris. Logan Harris. Spencer Herbert. Christopher Hill. Kwa Hanya. Alex Janis. Ben Janzao. Courtney Jones. Farah Jordy. Christine Kessling. Mithila Kari. Scott Lang. Miriam Lavelle. Kenneth Leonard. Caroline McDowell. Joseph Magnuson. Ling Chao Mao. Jacob Marek. Tara Martin. Claire Mayo. Claire Malott. Chelsea Metzger. Emma Moore. Alana Apte. Aditya Patel. James Pinson. Matthew Roll. Meredith Roney. Jalea Fat. Abimanyu Shaw. Vishal Sharma. Kevin Toe. Sarah Trinkle. Morales Santiago Volante. Noah Wink. Kyle Williams. Eli Wilson. Jaiwen Zhu. At this point, I think our graduates would love to recognize their families, their friends, and others who have supported them while at NC State. So please join me in thanking you, the audience, as well as the family and friends. That concludes our program. Congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you at a future in-person ceremony. Thank you, class of 2020. We hope you enjoy some time over the summer before you start your next phase in life. And we wish you safe travels wherever your journey may take you. Please do not hesitate to reach out and keep contact as your careers grow and you conquer new challenges. Best wishes and good luck.